Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to a Perfect Dark supplemental episode. Now, very quickly, we've been doing the Perfect Dark series, and I thought it would be kind of fun if I showed you some of my personal favorite weapons in the game. Because let's face facts. I could talk about the game, and we see the missions and everything, but one of the things that's kind of come up is the fact that, in all reality, it's an awesome game, but unfortunately for a lot of you out there, the game, trying to explain how awesome the game is, honestly, it comes down to the weapons. So currently, right now, we see one of my favorite subguns in the game, the Cyclone. Now, the Cyclone, it's got this mag dump that's kind of cool, but it's nothing to really write home about. But what really makes the Cyclone so awesome is how it reloads. And this is it. I'm sorry, that's too cool for school. Okay? I think that is probably one of the neatest things about the gun. So, it almost looks like a minigun. And, it does sound really awesome. But it's the reload that is probably the coolest thing about this gun. Okay? Hands down, it is one of the coolest things about the gun. Alright, let's, bad guys. Well, he's having a bad day now. Yeah, that's too cool. Okay. Double right there. The laptop. The laptop is one that is definitely misunderstood on this game. It has some pretty cool features. It's got one really cool feature that I tried to show it off in episode. Tried to show it off in episode 13, and it just wasn't working. There was too many objects in the way, and trying to show it off just sucked. It just sucked. So now I get to show it now, and let me show you what it does. If you hold down, there we go, and just let it do its thing. Bad guys will do bad guy things. The laptop can be set up as a sentry gun, an automated turret. It'll hold about 250 rounds. Now, unfortunately, there are drawbacks. It likes to eat ammo. It loves to eat ammo, but you'll see it. And it's out. So, unfortunately, that's the downfall of it. Okay? There is a drawback to it, but is it effective? Yes. If you're, when deployed right, it's a very effective weapon. It's one of the reasons why I like it. And, just that reason alone. Which now brings me to this particular handgun, which we'll dive into a little bit more, but It looks like the regular Datadyne 357 Magnum, but it doesn't. Okay, and you've seen me use that particular one in a mission. Well, this is the probably the most rare gun in the game, and it's the most powerful in the game. We'll talk a little bit more as this episode progresses. Just know that this is one killer gun, and it is a monster. Okay. Laptop gun, again, one of my favorites in the game. Now, really quick, if you guys are wondering where I'm at, this is in the combat simulation of Perfect Dark, and it can also be a two-player co-op, or you can be against each other. You can add other, bots. You can have up to 4 players. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with it. I have a lot of fun, and it's a great way to practice in between episodes. Okay, let's show off that sentry gun thing again. And the good old Falcon 2 in this game. Again, that gun loves to eat ammo. Is it a good gun? Yeah. The Sentry, the laptop gun is a good gun. It's basically like 2 weapon systems in one. And for that, again, that's one of the reasons why I love it. It's a lot of fun to use. As a matter of fact, sometimes I'll actually set one up and sit up there with like a sniper rifle or something like that when I'm trying to practice my sniping. Again, that reload. That reload is probably the coolest thing on this gun. I mean, it looks like anything else, really, but in this game, and you can dual wield. You can dual wield these bad boys. You guys will get a chance to see what that looks like. But dual wielding these is so much fun. So much fun. I have a lot of fun with this game. This again. I'm just showing off what some of my personal favorites are, and of course we'll be bouncing around doing different episodes. Here we go. We get to see what it looks like in dual wield. That is too cool for school. Alrighty, carrying on with this thus far. Basically, I'm creating like doing multiples of the same. Doing several, blending in several different. I guess you could say, blending together a couple of videos to make sure you guys can kind of understand what's going on. Want to make sure that I show you guys all of my personal favorites in the game Perfect Dark. And yes, again, I will stress that I will talk about this particular revolver, what makes it so special, here in just towards the tail end of the video, because it is my all-time favorite. We'll get to that soon enough. Alright, let's talk about the Callisto. Fast firing, obviously. It's like, that's a pretty quick gun right there. Well, in game, the game treats it like a subgun, even though to me it's more of an assault rifle than a subgun. But the way it loads, that's too cool, man. Too cool. But it does have a secondary function that I really get a kick out of. Yeah, that load is just cool as hell. And this is actually the subgun that Elvis uses. Let's go ahead and bring up that secondary function. Alright, and the secondary function is high impact shells. High impact shells. So it fires a little bit slower because of the high impact shells, which is really cool. I mean, just really, really cool. Yeah, I'm just blending all these rounds together so I could show you all my personal favorites. Yeah, that wasn't very many shots. That was maybe 4 or 5 shots. Oh, not bad. The reload, again. Yeah, that is cool. Alrighty. And of course, good old laptop. But right behind that, good old pump action shotgun. This is the one that you guys seen in the first mission. Now this thing does have a really cool feature. Which I'm going to show you right now. The double blast. Fires 2 shells at once. How cool is that? So the shotgun is a little bit more than a regular shotgun. That's quite devastating if you ask this guy right here. So I mean, is it worth it? I'd say it's worth it. So the shotgun definitely, again, there's nothing wrong with a good pump action. Even in real life, I love a good pump action. Something to be said about it. But in the game Perfect Dark, your basic shotgun is not exactly a basic shotgun. So there you have that. That's a cool factor. Leave it in the comments below if you agree with me. Continuing on with my favorites in the game, the Dragon. Again, something to be said about a good old assault rifle. Sorry, YouTube, I know, 30-round magazine, naughty, naughty me. But some of you might be saying, why not the Super Dragon? It's got the grenade launcher. Well, let me show you what you could do. Let me show you what you can do with this awesome assault rifle. What makes it, in my opinion, and it might just be mine, but definitely makes it a little bit more user-friendly than the regular, than the Super Dragon. The Dragon has a really cool function, and I'll show you here in just a moment. We're going to pick up that ammo, and then I'll show you. We're going to set that right like that. I'm going to hold in my secondary function, and we'll just leave that right there. Now, when the next guy comes through to cause us problems, he's about to have a really bad day, because he's going to go to pick up that rifle. And that rifle now has an armed proximity mine active inside of it. And, come on. And there you have it. That's the reason why I like the regular Dragon more than so much more than the Super Dragon, because of that feature. He's gonna go trying to go for that shield. No, he's going for the 357. Well, guess what he's getting? Then again, you can't go wrong with you can't go wrong with the Super Dragon. Again, that grenade launcher is pretty effective, but I don't know, something about that proximity mine makes it fun. Okay. Onward and upward. We need to talk about this cool little pistol right here. This is the Phoenix. Now, this is the pistol that that Elvis carries. And you're beginning to see what makes it special. Okay. Let's bring up its secondary function. Its secondary function is explosive ammo, or as the game likes to call it, explosive shells. And so if you're playing Perfect Dark and you've got lucky enough to pick up the Phoenix, well, it's got explosive rounds. Well, come on, guys. I just want to shoot at you. Here we go. Oh shoot! That never gets old. You know, again, it might be a little overkill, but no such thing as overkill, right? But Elvis carries this. Elvis carries this. Let's do it like this. And then we'll bring that back up. So I have my 8 rounds. But yes, the Phoenix pistol is really, really cool. I like that ability to be able to, to fire those explosive shells. If the enemy has shielding, not for long. And if that wasn't a cool enough factor, well, here you go. The reload. That is so cool. Boy, he running. And I already hear some of you saying, okay, now we got to talk about this. We have to talk about this particular gun. Prince Magnum, we have to talk about this particular revolver. What makes this one so much fun? I'm getting to it. Okay, so we've talked about the laptop. We talked about a lot of different guns in this game. now we got to talk about this particular one. And give me just a second. Because this is one of those guns that is too cool not to discuss. Again, it's one of my personal favorites, and ironically enough, it uses kind of the, again, it uses subgun ammo, and I know what gun it looks like, and a lot of people, that I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but use a 5.7 round. A lot of people really, really like it, and they use it a lot in the movies, and I think they used it on Stargate SG-1. It's none other than, but here on this game they call it the RC-P120. Now this one is really awesome because it comes with a cloaking device. Now the cloaking device uses ammo. And myself personally, I'm not the hugest fan of it, but it has merit. But as long as you got ammo, it'll work. So, in that regard, it's alright. But it does have a great armor penetration of, as you can tell, pretty solid. It would cut through a guy wearing armor like a hot knife through butter. And there's something to be said about that. Okay, we'll get to those in a second. And again, we're going to save this one. We're going to talk about it pretty quickly. But as you can tell, there's something that's being dropped right now, and that are these guys right here. These, my dear friends, are remote mines. Now, when playing any game, I don't care what game it is, playing any game, if you have the chance to pick up remote mines, believe me, I do. And there's something to be said about picking up remote mines, because there's always that one asshole that's playing a two-player game and you're against them, and if you give them explosives, I mean any explosives, they'll lay them all over the place, and it's pretty spooky. Good job, buddy. But you have any game where there's explosives laying about, there's always going to be that one guy that will just lay them, well, everywhere, and you'll be coming through, doing your thing, la-di-da, just kind of lollygagging about, and lo and behold, Yeah, we used them up. Okay, now we need to talk about the elephant in the room. This is the Datadyne 357 Magnum LX edition. Now I mentioned this particular, this particular handgun in one of the episodes. It's probably one of the most rare handguns in the game. You have to get it from this one guy, and then you can unlock it in the two-player mode like this here. And it is a one-shot kill. If you land, a normal kill shot, and they're wearing body armor, normally it takes two to three shots with the regular 357. With this one, it still only takes one. So if you shoot them in the head or the chest, this thing will still go through them. For my GoldenEye, my 007 GoldenEye people, you'll notice, well, there's again, it's the elephant in the room. It's like the Golden Gun in GoldenEye, and it is a powerhouse. Along with that, it obviously looks a little bit different than the regular Datadyne 357, which that one is stainless steel, has a black grip. This one is gold and has a tiger stripe grip. It's actually really pretty to look at, considering, if it was a real life gun, it would be super pretty to look at. One of the reasons why I like it so much, because it's also a handsome looking gun. And when you see the sparks fly up at a distance, that's because the round went through the enemy and hit the wall behind them. So that should tell you, this is my favorite gun in the game. And when I want to really, when you want to make a statement, well, nothing says loving like two of these bad boys. But yes, the Datadyne 357 LX is my personal favorite in this game, without question. It's a, as you can tell. Come on. Just if they could feel that, just down. See what I mean? Okay. But again, this is my favorite of the guns here in Perfect Dark. And I don't know about any of you. Wouldn't it be cool to have something like that in real life? I'm here to tell you, that's just this targeting system. He's gonna come out. Come on, open the door. Well, that pretty well, there you have it. There you have it. Those are my favorite guns here in Perfect Dark. I'm not saying that the other ones aren't awesome. I'm just saying that these are my personal favorites. But if you yourself have played the game, tell me about your favorites in the game Perfect Dark. Everybody's got favorites. I have mine. Tell me about yours. Leave it in the comment section down below. And of course, all that now being said, get on over to Patreon. $1 a month grants you access to Cinnamon's Discord, and all proceeds go back into the project cars. Along with that, get over to Teespring. Plenty of Prince Magnum channel merchandise, and of course, again, anything that you guys purchase, all proceeds again go back into the project cars. And of course, along with that, you know, I really want to, you know, because you know lately I've been hearing some stories of people going through a lot of stuff, so I feel I need to really stress this. You know, this part right here. Get out there and work on a project. Don't care what it is, just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for every last one of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you.